Warm, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI Quadash. I'm Tatiar Gabor from Prophets in Babylon, Waco, Texas, under the branch of Prophets in Babylon, Tampa, Florida. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Galatians 1:10. For do I now persuade men or the Most High? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach. So I've been meditating on this the past week. I was watching a YouTube channel of this Issacharite. Long story short, he was saying how he put his life into going to the gym to get a good physique to ultimately attract women and be acceptable among men. And this guy got like 100,000 subs on YouTube. He got a nice physique, whatever, good looking guy. He got clout. He in the fitness industry. But he said he gained all of that, but still he was empty inside. He had an empty void. And ultimately he was saying how whole time he was doing all that to please people in the world, he had that empty void because he wasn't seeking God. And we know, being in this truth, we're seeking to please Yahawah Yahawashi. All right, we're seeking to be worthy in the eyes of the Lord. Ultimately, we are trying to get that salvation ticket. All right. And that was coming from a guy in the world. How much more us? And I myself struggled with this same thing, trying to please men, people in the world. Sometimes you get caught up and try to have a social life, which is cool to have a balance, and that's something I lack. Me and myself in this walk, speaking for myself, I lack a social life. So I struggle with that same thing. Try to fit in with Jakes in the world, try to please men. But watching that video from that YouTube influencer, it it cut me, because I'm like, damn, that's the same thing I'm trying to do. That's the same shit I'm doing, pretty much. And I'll read it back. It says, obviously, Galatians 1:10, I'm not trying to win the approval of people. So, this was Paul speaking, and he was saying he's not here to win the approval of people. All right, he was sent by the Lord himself. All right. As he always opened up in his letters, he was sent by the Lord. Paul was on a mission, and he didn't care about people's feelings and emotions. He was there to do what he was given to do. All right. I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of the Most High. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Hamashiach's servant. And Paul, he was going to these churches. He was telling them, you're not supposed to have long hair if you're a man. Woman, they're supposed to be silent. They're supposed to come up under the order of their husbands. He was coming down strict and straight to the point. And he didn't care about people's feelings and emotions. And that reminds me of Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show thy people thy transgressions, the house of Jacob their sins. And Paul was getting these Israelite churches in order. And that's what he was doing. So he wasn't trying to please people. If he was trying to please people, he would be, watering down the doctrine. And he wasn't doing that. He was telling them how it was. And that's what the elders and apostles are doing out here. Telling it how it is. Not watering down the doctrine. And that's why the prophets of old and the prophets now that are back, they're hated. They're hated by the Christian church. They're hated by the Romans. They're hated by other Israelite camps that's not teaching the 100% truth. Why? Because this truth was always, looked down upon by our people. All right? So if pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Hamashiach's servant. So you could tie this to obviously doing the work, how we teaching the whole hard 100% truth, and also, trying to fit in with these people, these 2/3 in the world, trying to, I'll say, trying to seek the approval of men, just trying to be accepted, to be, like I said, fit in. All right. The Lord called us out of this world for a reason. And that was a little reality check I had to get. All right. And that's coming from a damn YouTube Israelite fitness influencer. Just watching that video, I was like, dang. And the Lord put the spirit on guys in the world to do certain videos, because he know what brothers like. He'll put the spirit on them guys to do something, do a video on whatever topic, and it'll hit home run. And those guys not even in the truth, but the Lord can talk to you in many ways. All right. But this last part, it says, I will not be Hamashiach's servant. You can't be a servant of YAHAWASHI if you're seeking, your mind's constantly seeking to have the approval of men. All right. Trying to fit in, trying to rub elbows with Jake in the world. Because ultimately, we're not meant to fit in with these people. All right, and I've noticed that, which every brother's walk different, but my walk, it's like evident. The Lord had me on this solitude path for a reason. Of course, I got fruit. I got brothers, but this still a lonely walk. All right. I'm lacking stuff, and the Lord has it to where it's like that for. All right. That's just something I got to bear in due time, until due time. So, all right. So we're not in this truth to seek the approval of men, ultimately. Try to get that scripture in. Servant not greater. All right, here it is. This is John 15:20. Remember the word that I sent unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. So, obviously, that's plain in speech. The servant is not greater. The servant is not greater than his Lord. YAHAWASHI had to go through so many things when he was on this earth. You know, being alone, being lied on, being demonized. Jake trying to kill him on multiple accounts. Jake asking him questions to try to twist and turn his words. Being betrayed and ultimately being crucified. So if that happened to the Lord, it's going to happen to his servants on smaller levels. Every brother have their separate walk and different trials, tribulations, and things, you know, that brothers go through, like being deprived of stuff, bodily afflictions, bodily ailments. You know, some brothers are sick, but they still got to do the work. You know, mental problems, all right? If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. All right? I'm going to read up. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So the Lord have chosen his men to be separate, unplugged from the world. All right, we are in the world, but we don't abuse it. All right, we are not of the world. So let me hit Galatians 1:10 again. For do I now persuade men or the Most High, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet pleased men, I would not be the servant of Mashiach. All right. And, you know, that's something that the Lord had me meditate on for a reason. So, just sharing that, Lord willing, this was a quick edifying class, quick edifying video. I'm going to close out giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Bashim, Yahawashi Bashim B'Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace, salutations to hopeful elect. I'm going to close out. Shalom.